How do we play stacks with Queen Kayla bin-Kroog? Well, she has this ability where you discard all cards in your hand and draw that many cards. So anything that triggers on discarding cards is going to go off. Anything that triggers on drawing cards is going to go off. And then you can choose creature or artifact cards with mana value 1, 2, or 3 and play them for free. So even if you have only one of those, let's say only a 3 mana value card, that is enough to get card advantage with her, because you're paying 4 mana, but you're playing a 3 mana value card for free and drawing a card. So essentially you're paying 1 mana to draw a card, which is pretty good. If you have 2 cards that you play for free, then now you're drawing 2 cards and you're saving 1 mana. And then if you do it with all 3 mana values, that's insane. But my point is, you don't need to have all 3 mana values in your hand for this to be good. With only one, it's already good. Okay, and I found that stacks go very well with Queen Kayla. So we have Authority of the Consuls, for instance, Esper Sentinel, Thalia, Anointed Peacekeeper, Archon of Emeria, Mind Sensor, Redain, Wingmare, and Captain of Eos. All these things makes it difficult for the opponent to play spells, and we don't have to cast spells. We can just put them on the battlefield with Kyla's ability, and that goes around counter spells also, which is important. We have protection from the commander here, like Resolute Watchdog or Selfless Savior, Selfless Samurai. The boots, of course. Your interlude's pretty good. Tajik, Vermal Warsinger can bring her back from the graveyard if she dies. So some things here that can protect her. Also, it gives it protection from any color as well. In the next column we have the win cons, which are things like Glint Horned Buccaneer, which deals damage when we discard a card. With her, we're going to be discarding a lot of cards. Subira, which makes things unblockable. Gadrak, which is just a big dumb flyer, and we can attach more equipment to it. Maul gives flying to something. Heliod makes things big. Black Blade also makes things very big. Luminarch Aspirant grows creatures. Lion's Ash grows. Horn of Valhalla can make a creature into a threat, etc. And then we have some card advantage, although our commander already has card advantage onto it. I couldn't resist passing a couple of very good card advantage cards that really pay off with Queen Kayla. They're good even if Kayla is not around, so they can give you card advantage in a pinch, but if she is around, they will almost certainly draw you a card every turn. And here's the removal. A lot of them is creatures that you can put into the battlefield directly with Kayla. But a lot of it is just cheap removal. Fire Temper is an interesting one because while it's not a creature or artifact, you can also play it when it's discarded with Queen Kayla because of its madness. Finally, we have some asymmetrical board wipes. Like Dusk can get rid of big creatures, since most of our creatures are small, and Farewell, you can pick and choose what you want to exile, so that's pretty good. In the land section we have Skyclef Cleric, which is land but can also be played for free with Kayla's ability as a 2 mana value creature. It also gains life, which synergizes with Heliod. There's a lot of synergy, like micro synergies here, that you'll see in the games. So without any further ado, let's jump into the games. We're up against Roscoe, Clockmaker. Very annoying commander that's been creating a lot of talk, a lot of mayhem. So we do have a Braid, and I think that's going to be good against them, because I think the trick against Roscoe is not to kill the creature. The creature is not so much the threat as the clock is, so you gotta take care of the clock. Although that's not happening until turn 4, presumably. We can find a land here with this. Not a land. This is a land though. Okay. Let's think about this. Both these come in tapped anyway. Although this doesn't come in tapped next turn, so let's do it like this. And do we play the Soul Warden? Usually you don't want to play the 1 mana cards because you want to use Kayla for that, because then they become 1 mana cards that are free and they draw you a card as opposed to just a 1 mana 1/1. So usually we don't want to be doing that. We want to save this one. Unless they are repeated, in which case it's fine. But I think we want to save it. Just as a general rule, as a gold rule, let's say, as a rule of thumb, you don't want to be casting your spells. You want to be using Kayla most of the time if possible. We do have an Abrade here, but I want to save that for the clock, if that makes sense. They are playing Snowlands, so Redain is going to be pretty good. Again, it's not something you want to cast. It's preferable to use Queen Kayla. So let's go with the Queen, see what happens. See if the opponent has removal. We didn't draw any ways to protect her, unfortunately. So in cases where that happens, we just have to run her and hope for the best. It's not the end of the world if they kill it. We can just replay her. She's not that expensive. Okay. I did not expect Triggered, of all things unholy. So I guess we just Swords her and spin the wheel. Because Triggered is going to be really bad against us. We're going to be drawing a lot of cards. Okay, so we are losing a Braid if we do... Oh, never mind. We don't have the mana. So maybe we try to use a Braid if possible this turn. We could also Redain. Now that we have Heliod, Redain becomes like a good thing to play because it's a repeated 3 mana value. If they go for Rusco, I guess if they go for the clock, we gotta Braid the clock here. So we're not activating Queen Kayla this time, unfortunately. The clock's the enemy. Sure, put a counter on that thing. And then destroy it. Now we want to save a 1, a 2, and a 3. We have a repeated 2, so we could go with Don't Bring a Cleric and get rid of the Wizard class. It doesn't sound too good. This cannot equip though. That's what we can do though. So let's do it. We could scry, I guess, but I think this is better. Even though Wizard class is not gonna do much yet. Another way that these players, these clock Rusco gamers, operate is they block with Rusco and kill it on purpose so they can recast him. We are not going to allow them such strategy. We're going to try to kill them in the air if possible. See, all those triggers were wasted because we killed the artifact. Had we killed Rusco, then they just replayed. Okay. Another thing that you have to consider when playing Queen Kayla is, do you play the land or not? So now we have a 1-2-3 pretty cute thing here. So we could turn this line into another card if we rummage with it, or we can just play the land. We're gonna need 3 mana to equip this. I don't think we need the land, you know. Not now, but we're going to need it probably next turn. We will want to equip and do the ability. Although, what are we equipping? Heliod, maybe? So I think we do want the land in this case. Three, two, one. Let's go. Yeah, Heliod's still shy. 1 devotion shy of a creature. I guess we could have given it lifelink there. That was a slight mistake. But next turn we can do Queen Kayla's ability, and Heliod comes online. We can equip it. Go to town. What does that do for the opponent, I wonder? What we need is a flyer, I guess. If I kill Roska here, they just replay it, but it might be too slow. We do play the land because we're gonna need it to equip. And although I don't like killing Roscoe normally, I think we can get in for a lot of damage with the blade. So I'm gonna try it. Remember, none of this is counterable. Opponent might be sitting on the counter spell there that they cannot use. Because we're not playing spells. We're not casting anything. Wait, did we gain life? Oh, because of Soul Warden. Where do we want it? Probably here. Yeah. Let's see if opponent has a response like a bounce spell or something. And they can bounce Heliod. If we do this though, we don't have mana for Allseed's protection. But I guess I'm taking that risk. Catharic Commander is really good because it can get rid of another clock if they replay, or when they replay Roscoe, because it will happen. Here comes the removal. Yep, here comes the bounce. As I thought. Hit you for 4. And this transforms. Werewolves are pretty cool with Kayla also because you get the luxury of not playing spells during your turn. Yeah, well, the protection I don't think would have mattered. I didn't see that they didn't get Roscoe into the command zone, so that was a telltale sign that they were going to wrap the board. Although it kills their own Roscoe, so never mind. That didn't do a whole lot. They do get the Midnight Clock though, which, as I said, is the real threat here. Now this is an interesting thing. Ganj is gonna be good against Massacre Girl when she attacks, so better save some mana for that. And we want to play Queen Kayla again. She might get countered though. And that would be pretty bad, because then we can't even Ganju. Do we risk it? Something else we can do is just Cathar Commando, the clock here. Let's try Queen Kayla and see what happens. Do they have a counter spell? This is a flash, so we could even... Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. That works. We cannot sagely use a Ganjo now, but I want to save it. I'm not going to play it as a land. We could play the Commando, though. End of their turn. See what happens. Now I've got 2 clocks. This deck is really tricky to play against. Sort of feels like playing against Gallows a little bit. That's why I'm not trying to kill the commander. Right. They have more counter magic. I'm out of artifact removal, which may mean we're dead. Could play that and they cannot counter it, I guess. Or we could just play a bunch of stuff and draw cards. I like that option better. Ooh, that's a good one. We don't get rid of the artifacts, sadly, but at least we get rid of creatures. And we may have lethal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, not even close to lethal. But we have a lot of damage. We have lethal over 2 turns, I guess. So it's not that bad. So this is what happens. This is the Golos phenomenon. You just kill the creature, they make another clock. So you gotta kill the clocks, not the creature. And they can block with it ad nauseum. Thing is, we do have flying. So I want to go over the air here for show. Go with the dog and maybe draw a card. Yeah, 1 more damage, why not? If we can pressure them enough, then the clocks are not gonna matter. Although I believe they can draw 7 here. They just might have enough. Oh god, that's bad. Do they take the artifact here? They take the creature. It exiles it. Okay. Indestructible doesn't quite work against that, sadly. So we gotta let it go. They don't take the artifact though, for some reason. They're more afraid of the flyer. Sure. So they're at 10. How do we win? Flyers are really good in this deck for that reason. Or equipment that gives flying. Like Redane was pretty good against them. That didn't last long. Okay, we can Dawn. Return all creatures with power 2 or less. And then destroy a clock, maybe. Power 2, so Brutal Cathar is there as well. It's pretty good. Redain is there as well, pretty good. I don't know if it's enough to... It's enough of an edge so that allows us to even win, but we'll do it. 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Okay, so 5 mana. Could be Redain plus Alseid. Alseid, I think it's pretty good here. It's pretty much a win con on its own, so we gotta play that. And I guess, how did we... Oh, we couldn't get the commando. It's a 3/1. That would have been really good. Commando plus Alseid, because then we get rid of the 9 counters clock, which is the thing that can prevent us from winning next turn. Guess we didn't have a way to stop it from going off, so we gotta just accept that they're gonna draw 7 cards. Okay, that's terrible. Okay, doesn't kill Redain though. Does not kill Redain. So let's give Redain indestructible. Doesn't kill the dog either. Let's give it protection. Oh, because it gives... So we have removal for the Welcoming Vampire. I think we can still win. Let's get protection from blue, I guess. If we can kill the Welcoming Vampire, equip the Black Blade onto Redain, we can attack for more than 10. Although they're gonna draw a bunch of cards here. Or they don't? Okay. Let's try it. Do we have it? Do they have a counter spell for this? They don't. They draw. Let's see if they can find removal. Some bounce spell or something. Or a protection for the Welcoming Vampire, which is mine, which was stolen. Nope. Okay, next step. Equip Redain. Does that work? Next step. Attack for lethal. Does that fly? A Heartless Act. The Brutal Cathar. Okay. In response, make it indestructible. I think we got him. We got him. Nice. up against Kayla's ill-core sadistic pilgrim. So we are expecting a bunch of losing life, gaining life. Maybe it's a aggro deck that just cares about gaining life and putting +1/+1 counters, or it could be a deck that makes us lose life, or a combination of both. Either way, expect a lot of little creatures, not unlike our deck. Reprobation could be nice removal against Kayla's ill core. And we have pinging of our own here, so no protection for our commander here, sadly. And those are the removal colors of choice. So we do expect to have a lot of removal. Maybe mulliganing, trying to find protection from the commander is arguable there. But I like the reprobation against their commander on turn 2, because theirs is a 2-mana commander. I expected them to play it here, and then we could reprobate them. Thalia, I guess. We could also start with the Luminarch. But just in case they decide to use non-creature spells like ramping or removal, then that gives us an upper hand. That makes our reprobation a little bit more expensive, but I do want to hit it with this. That means no attacks, sadly. We could have attacked first against a bluff, and they would never blocked. And so we missed 2 free damage there. Alright, what do we have here? They exiled our Thalia, paying 3 mana and sacking the Fable Passage. What did they sack even? Oh, they sacked their commander. Right. Okay. We don't have any way to protect her, but this is what we got. And we have a 2 and a 3 saved for her ability in case she doesn't die. Okay, that's good. We could use this on a creature if they play it. Otherwise, we're gonna lose it, sadly. But there's more removal where that came from, and we have 1, 2, 3 aligned. That's pretty good. I don't think it matters the order you choose them. This one even has haste, so that's pretty cool. Buccaneer is a pretty good card in this deck. Has haste. It deals damage to face when you use Kayla's ability. And it has another ability where you can discard and draw. Only if it's attacking though, but that's the icing on the cake, on the Minotaur pirate cake. And we have protection now for Kayla, which is pretty nice, pretty cool. Double triggers Undying, so we know now what kind of deck opponent is running. Also Cross Celebrant, so we're gonna lose 2 life each time a creature dies, and Weatherlight can complete and draw a card. It has 7 more counters on it every time a creature dies. That's pretty good. Okay, so do we play anything else, or do we just go for it? I think we just go for it. Let's go for it. It's a lot of cards, it's a lot of damage. Who's pinging who now? Who's a pinger deck? Okay, so what do we get? We could get rid of something with this. I think removal is tantamount. This is also pretty good, so... Oh god, this is also so good. They don't have many cards in hand though, so I don't think it's gonna affect them a lot. This can get rid of the enchantment. Noise. Look at that beauty. Okay, so which one do we get rid of? I guess Teysa. And Phyrexian Arena. Noise. Opponent scoops it out. Too much pinging. They don't like that. They don't like when you deal damage to their faces. And we're up against Falco's Parapact Weaver. 4-mana Flample. When it enters, you put a shield counter on it. You may look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may cast spells from the top of your library by removing a counter from a creature you control. So, we expect a lot of creatures with counters on them. No mana. We got them all. Well, we do have 2 red mana here, but no white. Okay, that's much better. That's much better. Charming Priest is questionable a little bit. It sort of re-triggers a lot of stuff, but it doesn't do much on its own. So I'm not sure how good. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. So in general, I don't know how good it is in the deck on average. So you might consider removing that and putting something else. There's a lot of good stuff that you can run. That's pretty fun. There's a lot of optional stuff. Okay, so we have a 1. We want to save that. We want to save the 2, and we want to save one of the 3s. The other one we can play it. Alas, we do not have 3 mana, so I'm not going to play any of these 2. I don't think. Unless I have a very good reason to do it. Also, we don't have protection for Queen Kayla on turn 3, so we might want to actually play one of these 3s next turn and wait until we have 4 mana to play Queen Kayla, so we can have the All Seeds activation online, and we can play one of these. Provisioner Shore. Opponent with the landfall. Okay, red or white? I guess white because we have a ranger. Although I don't think it matters much. Opponent has a lot of non-basics, so we can hit him with the Archon. We could also ranger and sack it, but that feels bad. We want to find a land. How do we find a land? I think none of these things gives us a land, sadly. Let's try it with this, I guess. None of the creatures stop the 3/2, sadly. This is the only thing that might find us a land with this cry. But it feels bad to throw away our only 2 cost. Having so many 3s to play. a treasure, fine. Do they go for Falco? Do they go for Falco here? Also, you know what's really good against them? Archon of Emeria. Because, not only because of the non-basic stuff, because each player can cast more than one spell each turn, so that makes their Falco Spire ability a lot worse. They went for Elspeth, Conquers Death, didn't find it. No flyers. Only one spell, but we found the land, so we're gonna go with our commander here. And hit Tamiyo for 2. Although, wait a minute, they found a board wipe. They can return it and play it, don't they? Because we didn't play Wingmare, so it doesn't cost 1 more. Let's see if they do it. They might be able to board wipe us here. Are they doing some threat checking maybe? Checking Queen Kayla's ability and thinking if it's worth it to kill her or to kill everything, losing their tireless provisioner to get rid of it. Does it look enough like a threat? That ability is tricky. They go for a land. It's a non-basic. 5 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if they had a basic in hand, they could have gone for it. Wait, even if they didn't have a basic, if they had any land, they could have gone for the time wipe here. Go for Falco instead, okay. My turn. Land 2, 3, 4. We have 1 mana left, which is gonna be for All Saints activation. We could also just hold Eerie Interlude. Whenever we have Eerie Interlude in hand, we might consider not doing Queen Kayla's ability, because we are able to protect the team. A 3/3 stops our attacks a little bit though. We can give protection though in attack. Give protection to the Archon attack, and we have Eerie Interlude to protect Kayla with that instead. I like that. To get rid of Tamiyo. Because choose a non-land reveal. I don't know, it's gonna be a problem. It's not a problem right now though, but it's gonna be a problem eventually. Let's give it protection from blue. And then swing with that. I don't think Queen Kayla can swing there. And we could play a 1 mana card here, but I don't think I want to. I could also activate Queen Kayla's ability. Sounds pretty good. We lose the Eerie Interlude, but it is. I think it's better. I think it is better. It's a lot of stuff that we get here, and we might even do this. But I think this is better. Is it? Not sure. Not sure which one of these is actually better. I don't think they run a lot of non-creatures, to be honest. But this has flying. That's real tough. I guess this one, because it gives us an extra creature. And then we could bounce it. Gives us another extra creature. It's not bad. I don't know if we have them. Oh, we do have. This could be useful. Safeless Savior also could be useful. I'll take the removal, see what happens. We've got 7 cards in hand, we didn't go over. Pretty good. Well, I didn't think they would run a lot of non-creatures, but look at this. That's 2 already. That's a weird attack. Smells like board wipe. Which Falco would resist because of the shield counter. Yeah. Couldn't protect the commander there, sadly. But we have a full grip, so we have a lot of stuff still. I could get rid of Falco here. I think just playing Queen Kayla and a Selfless Savior is also another way to do it. We don't have a way to block, but it sets up a nice thing. We could also just put up a blocker here and have 3 mana available for something else. I like the Selfless Savior play here. Tatiova, huh? Okay, they go for the damage to the face. Now we're both at 23. What could go wrong? Gotta get rid of Tatiova, which is a threat onto herself, I think. Not power 4 though. So we gotta use this. We could tap some creatures. We tap this. And still have 4 mana up for Queen Kayla. Okay, they go with a negate there. Sadly, nothing we can do about that. Okay, Buccaneer's pretty good here. I guess we need a blocker and we need protection. Well, we already have the dog, but some extra protection is nice. Does opponent have lands is the question, because if they have lands, the Tatiova is going to be a threat. Okay, there's one. I did try to remove her. Okay, nothing I can do against that, sadly. We do have a removal, or that's protection. Never mind. We have farewell. Go for creatures here. An opponent has 2 cards in hand, 1 in exile. We have 7 cards in hand, so we don't have to play the Dauntless Bodyguard necessarily. And I don't think we want to, honestly, so let's not play it. I don't think we want to play this either, but hey. Okay, we are out carding our opponent, definitely. Oh, that's nice. Can we remove Falco? Ironcrag is a good one for that. We can attack with this. Okay, wait a minute. This is a good combo. Wait a minute. Do we have enough mana for it though? Oh, we don't. We're missing a red. Damn it. Okay, next turn it is. I want to hold 1 white for the mana tithe, unless I get to use it immediately here. Go for the Harrow. Do we counter Harrow? I guess we do. I don't think we will get to use this. Opponent has 3, 6, 7, 8 mana. Yeah, I don't think Mana Tithe was going to get a real use outside of that Harrow. We also have 8 mana, but we have more cards in hand. We do not have block for that just yet, but we're gonna have a Gadrak pretty soon. And we're gonna deal 3 damage to it whenever we draw our second card. So, yeah. We had the advantage. We're up against Sakama Primal Calamity. So, expect a lot of ramp. Pretty much. I think this is fine. 2 lands, some protection, some removal. It's got a little bit of everything. Charming Prince was pretty good last game, gotta say. So, I think we want to wait until turn 4 to play Kayla because of the All-Seed. So let's start with that. Remove Summoning Sickness from it so we can start getting the lifelink benefit next turn. Yeah, see, I told you, lots of ramp, lots of big spells. Okay, 2 mana, attack. Let's start saving some spells, like we can save that, and we don't have a 1 mana spell here. But we got 2 mana spells, so we could either play the Black Blade or Charming Prince here. Neither seems pretty good. Although Charming Prince with Skyclave make up a really nice combo. So let's put those 2 together there. And I guess we play the Blade here. Tajik is a legendary, so that creature also threatens to wear the blade. Here's another legendary creature. Okay, ramp. Nothing out of the ordinary. I don't want to play Kayla here because she just gets killed. So probably one of these. Let's play that. And no attacks, pass. We're gonna probably lose one of these, either Tajik or Skyclave. I think Annex is probably better than Tajik here. Although Tajik's pretty good against the fight spells and the damage. So both are pretty good, but if we don't have any targets for Skyclave, any good targets, then I'm just gonna play Tajik and lose on Charming Prince's ability. Like right now I don't have 2 targets for Skyclave Apparition, so this combo is not really good at the moment. Okay, we got a land, we got another land. Let's play this one because it doesn't shock us for 2 when we play it. Go get white. And play Kayla. Now she's protected with the Alseid. We can even attack with Annex. It should be fine. Target land becomes a 3/3 with haste. Activate on a sorcery. I guess I should have read that before, just in case. I could have also just attached the blade to Annex and go for the big damage. That was another line that was certainly possible. But they can just chump it. There's no trample here. They have a lot of land, so I don't think they're gonna miss the lone speaker here. Well, speaking of a lot of land, they have infinite mana next turn. Triple mana. Huh. Okay, how do we kill Nyx Bloom Ancient? Because Skyclave doesn't kill it. We gotta find a way here. That's hard. I think. Is that an enchant? Wait a minute. That's an enchantment? Oh, I thought this killed enchantments. It doesn't. Never mind. It's the other one. So I guess we're dead? Question mark. We could equip, but it's only 5/8 damage. They're just gonna let it through. Okay. I guess this one's better, given the circumstances. And the Whiskcry trying to find removal. I think that's the play. Dusk would take care of that. Also, Mind Sensor is pretty good if they ramp, although it's a little late for that. Yes, not good anymore. It does have flying, but I think we need more removal. We need to find removal. No, I don't believe we have attacks here. Sadly. I mean, I could give protection in attack, but I don't think it's worth it. Not without the blade equipped. Also, that 1 mana open can save a creature from removal. We're gonna go for Zakama, presumably here, and have all the mana in the world times 2. So chances are we're dead. If what they do is just play a bunch of creatures, then we can dusk them. But if they do something else with the mana, we might be in trouble. QQ, my friend, QQ. Yeah, so if we give an indestructible to this, they can just do it in response, I guess. So basically, they can kill all of our creatures, pretty much. We're gonna have a bunch of tokens, but our creatures will be gone, and then we can dusk them. And we have a Black Blade Reforged. I don't know. We might just not be dead. Well, never mind about the blade. We don't have it anymore. They don't kill everything. Oh yeah, playing creatures is good here. They get to keep the tokens, I guess. Unless they put counters on them. They could even kill the tokens here. Thing is, if they kill the tokens, it means they have nothing better to do. Especially if they gain life. What are those 2 cards they have left? Okay, dusk them. And Samurai. That's a pretty weird situation. I gotta attack with those because they don't block, they just can't block. Let's see if opponent has something here. I have 9 mana, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with the Llanowar. So they're 1 mana short of recasting Zakema. Okay, next turn they can do it though. Sure. Not if we kill their mana dorks. They won't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's enough. Let's go for 5. 3, 1. It's only 2 targets. Okay. Do we attack alone? I think we attack alone. I'd rather gain some life here than deal some damage, some 2 extra damage to a person that's on 31 life. Now they cannot recast their commander right now. They do have a bunch of O1s and they go for the lands. Okay. So they will be able next turn to cast it. We could Dawn and get back something. This one is a good land. I guess we want to Queen Kayla here and keep the lands in hand so we can discard them and draw something else. I could also Dawn, like I said. It's 5 mana though, so we're just gonna have 2 mana left to do something. And I don't think there's something really good here. If we had like a stacks piece, that would be good. As it is though, I think we cannot stop the Zakama's second coming. They could just do it again, but I'm gonna make him. It doesn't make much of a difference, to be honest, because they can use the mana then to kill the samurai anyway. I guess I could have left it, because if we're gonna Dawn, we can return it from the graveyard. Okay, that sounds pretty bad. Sounds pretty bad. No removal in the graveyard. We have a lot of removal, but the only one that appeared was Skyclave Apparition, and that doesn't deal with such big creatures. I mean, Dusk did, but we and this Shadow Skull, those are good. I guess we're beyond redemption now. I guess a Farewell, if we draw it next turn, could be good or something. But I think we're dead, pretty much. My only out is if they somehow don't kill us here, but I think they have lethal. They have 15, 17, and if they kill our only blocker here, they have enough damage. And we're back. We had some pretty good games there. You got to see the potential of the deck, and there are a lot of cards that you can play here. There are certainly many more cards that you could play, you could change. So let me know if you have any other ideas on how to use Queen Kayla. But you'll see the deck list in the description if you want to check my version out. GG. See you folks later.